So Akshaj, would you be okay with a lower package now and a hike later?
Yes, it's good.
And will you be okay working on weekends as well?
On weekends,
Do you have any other offers in hand right now? And how soon can you join us? कभी इंटरव्यू से निकलते टाइम ये सोचा है कि मुझसे क्या गलती हो गई? I mean, you prepared well, you gave all the decent answers, all the correct answers, but still, no offer, another rejection. Well, there are 90% chances that you fell into one of the interview traps that the hiring manager said, and you didn't even realize it. But don't worry, today your fresher coach Ishita in this episode of Freshers GPT will expose the 8 biggest interview traps. Basically the questions designed to put you in a tough spot. And I'll also be telling you exactly how to escape them with the smartest answers, so that you leave that room with confidence and hopefully an offer letter in hand. And watch this video till the end because the last 3 traps are the ones that catches even the experienced professionals off guard. So let's get started. Trap number 1. When the interviewer asks, would you be okay with a lower package now and a hike later? Now this one is super common, especially for freshers and even for the ones who are looking to switch their careers. Well, the companies often want to offer you a low starting salary with the promise of giving a hike later. Now the idea of hike sounds pretty amazing and appealing, especially to freshers, but it may not happen as quickly as promised. And this is a move which is practiced by most of the companies to keep the freshers or their employees stuck there for a longer time. Now here's what you can say in response without sounding rude or unprofessional. Well, I appreciate the offer that has been stretched towards me, but I'd like my compensation to align with my current skills and the market trends. Now the escape here is to stay firm. This keeps you from being underpaid or getting exploited while still negotiating something fair. Now this shows that you are definitely aware of what you will be bringing to the table, your current market value and also the current salary standards of your industry. Basically, it shows that you are aware of everything and that becomes a green flag for the interviewer. Trap number 2. Are you comfortable working beyond office hours? Now here's where most of the freshers go wrong. Out of desperation to get the first offer in hand, they just simply say yes because they feel they have to please the recruiter in the interview. But the interview is not about pleasing the recruiter. This is a trap. So working beyond office hours might sound like a very small thing in the interview, like a very small thing you can commit to just get that first offer in hand. But very quickly it can become a daily expectation and eventually lead to overtime exploitation. And this will also disrupt your work-life balance. Now to escape this trap, you can say, I prioritize efficiency during work hours to avoid any extra time, but if necessary, I would prefer the structured compensatory time. Now see, what you did here was, instead of simply saying yes out of desperation, you expressed that you are capable of completing your entire work without needing any extra time. But in case they really need you to stay late, ask for the structured compensatory time. Now this could mean any extra days off or any shifts in your work schedule, which means that you are making it clear that you are not okay with unpaid overtime. Trap number 3. What is your current salary? Now this is one of the most common traps the recruiters use. By asking about your current salary, they often try to anchor the offer based on what you are currently making. Now, as a fresher or someone in the middle of their career, this could work against you, especially if you are being underpaid in your current job or maybe you just don't want to share. Now, the escape here, instead of revealing your current salary, flip the question back to them. You can say, I'm looking for a package that reflects my skills and current industry standards. Now with this, you're putting the responsibility on them to offer you a fair deal. And further, you can add, what's the company's budget for this role? Now this shows that you are open for any negotiation, but you're also aware of your worth. Now this shows confidence and also keeps things professional. Trap number 4. Will you be okay working on weekends as well? Now another very common trap that the recruiters throw at you is about your availability, especially on the weekends. Now this can be tricky if the company's culture constantly demands you to do a lot of overtime work or a lot of weekend work, and you should not commit to it right away. Trust me, it might seem a very easy thing or something you can easily do in the future, but it eventually disrupts your mental and physical being. Now the escape here is to respond professionally but also set your boundaries. Here's what you can say. Well, I believe in work-life balance, but if there's an urgent need, I'm happy to discuss it on a case-by-case basis. Now, what you did here was you showed that you value your personal time and the company also needs to value it. But you're also acknowledging the fact that there might be some days or urgent tasks that would require your extra attention, and you are willing to make that exception. Now, this keeps you flexible without committing to an unhealthy work-life situation. Trap number 5. When they ask, do you have any other offers in hand? If you get another job offer, would you still be interested to join us? Now, this is a very tricky trap, and you can't sound rude, unprofessional, or even too direct while answering this interview question. See, by this time, almost all the interviewers are aware of the concept of candidate offer shopping, and this becomes a very legitimate interview question. Now, this trap is about leveraging your current job offers to push you into making a decision faster. But you don't want to feel pressured or accept any offer that isn't right for you. So, to escape this trap, you can say, I'm actively exploring all the opportunities and I'll be prioritizing the best fit for my career. Now, this makes it clear that you are not in a rush to make any decision and you are focused on finding the right opportunity for you. And now, despite all the job offers, if the company you are interviewing for is your priority, then you can say something like, I'm currently interviewing at other companies as well and I am exploring other job opportunities, but your company is number 1 on my list. Now, this gives you the leverage that you need to negotiate for better terms without feeling like you are being forced into a corner. Trap number 6. Why do you want to leave your current job? Now, this is a classic trap. Why? Because whenever you talk negatively about your current or previous employees, you come off as someone who's very unprofessional, rude, bitter, or immature. And trust me, no recruiter wants to hire someone who talks trash about their previous employees. So keep this thing in mind, always avoid bad mouthing your previous employees or your previous staff. Now, the escape here is very simple. Keep it positive. You can say something like, I believe I have achieved whatever I could in my current company and now I'm looking for better opportunities to grow and contribute in a dynamic environment. Now, it's the perfect answer because you are not bad mouthing anyone, you are not saying anything bad about your previous employers, but you are still making it clear that you are someone who is seeking constant growth in your life. Trap number 7. How soon can you join? Now, this trap can also be tricky, especially if you're working somewhere else. Now, they might try to rush you into joining, but you don't want to burn bridges at your current job by leaving abruptly. And if you're a fresher, my advice would be not to just immediately say yes, but take your time. Read the company terms, conditions, all the clauses, see if there are any red flags. Analyze the company's environment, the work culture. If you can connect with the company's current employees, do that. And once you feel that everything fits your vision and your goals and is similar to what you expected, especially the job roles, the titles and the responsibilities, only then say yes. Now, the escape for the working people here is to show that you are professional. You can say, I'd like to serve my notice period professionally, which shows that you do respect your current job, but you're also open for an early transition if they need you really sooner. Now, this shows your flexibility without making you seem too desperate to leave your current job. And the last trap, tell me about a time you failed. See, the failure question is the one that traps many freshers up because it's not easy to talk about a time when things didn't go right and what you did to make things right. However, how you handled failure can show your resilience and your problem solving skills. And this question can also be a game changer for you during the interview. So instead of just talking about the failure, focus on what you learned from it. Show that you are a growth oriented person. Discuss the challenge. Tell them what you learned from it and also tell how you used that lesson to succeed in a later project. Now, this question is just not about the failure, it's about your ability to bounce back, grow from it and become better. And for the escape, here's what you can say. I believe failure has been a big part of my growth. For example, when I worked on an XYZ project, you can mention any college project here if you're a fresher. I faced challenges in it. Whatever challenges you faced, describe the situation here. But I learned any specific lesson you learned from it and applied it in my next project, which led to a successful outcome. Now, these were the 8 most common interview traps and the smartest ways to escape them. So remember, never fall into these traps. Be prepared, stay confident and flip the script on them. See, the key here is to realize your value and stick to your terms so that you don't fall into any sort of exploitation. Now, if you guys found this video helpful, do put a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to Freshers GPT. And do let me know in the comments what are your most common interview traps that you fell into and regret later. And also let me know in the comments that if you want more such topics to be covered in my next videos. Bye.